ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game. Don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. 2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Off the play fake. Mahoney. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fields. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. He had the start to a season a week ago that everybody wants to have, NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Can he do it a second time?
He can. He absolutely positively can because of his skill set. When people adjust to him, he has a great ability to adjust himself and make them continue to chase him throughout the game.
On first and 10, Mahoney trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Seahawks had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
He finds his man complete. That's Fields. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 36. He got 29 yards that time.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
First carry here for Ken Walker. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Mahoney. Catch is made by Metcalf. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. His first carry, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up being, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw on third down, Kramer. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On first down, Kramer. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. This is Hines. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, that's where they'll take over.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do, but let's face it. You know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
Off-play action. Mahoney. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Looking to throw on second down. Kramer. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Short completion, just 4 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. 6-0 our score after 1. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Kramer got his man complete over the middle. That's Myers. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's taken to the 26. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Mahoney going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, Walker. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing on first down. Kramer. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Looking to throw. Kramer. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
To throw on second down, Kramer. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Try to find Kupp, but it's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Back to throw. Mahoney. He's got it. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Tomlinson is in. Touchdown, Seattle. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 1st and 10, Kramer. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Kramer. Throwing left side, it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Kramer. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on 2nd down. Kramer. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Kramer. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put them on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Throwing to start the drive. Mahoney looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
A big play that time through the air. 51 yards. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
That is pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On first down, Kramer. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second in a couple. Now it's Hines. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Kramer. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Ochinuwosu from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Throwing to start the drive, Mahoney. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 30. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week
and now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They go play action here on first down.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a...
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A punt return of 65 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Myers. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Back to the ground, this time with Tomlinson. Oh, what a move. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Trying the left side with Walker.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahoney. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're going to just roam and hit.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Mahoney. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Haskins on the grab over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And my goodness, another interception.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Seahawks, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll